How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. You want to let me know a little bit about why you come to visit today?
Sure. My doctor recommended that I come see you because you're the best nutritionist in all the land.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that. Was there a specific reason that he had you come here?
I've been trying to lose weight and I'm having a little trouble.
Okay. Understandable. Okay. And how does it make you feel?
I'm frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to lose weight for a couple weeks now, and
Okay.
the numbers are staying the same.
Okay. Do you know how much weight you want to lose?
About 15 to 20 pounds.
Okay, so you have a number. Okay.
Yeah, and it's my goal.
All right.
I want to get between 170 and 175.
All right. Okay. It's a very specific goal. It's good to have. Have you, fluctuated weight at all in the past, or why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I've started to gain weight ever since, my second child. My wife put on the baby weight, and I put it on right there with her.
Okay. Kids will do that, yeah. Okay. So you expressed that you want to lose weight, and you've had a little trouble with it. Maybe some different things in your life have changed, routines. Okay, we can look further into that. Let's start out with maybe, give me like a 24-hour recall of what you've had, like a typical day of what kind of foods you would eat and times of day you would have them. Get a little bit of understanding where we're starting with.
Sure. Well, I usually start my morning with a cup of coffee. I don't start my day without one.
Of course.
With a little bit of cream and a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
And then usually bagel and cream cheese.
Bagel and cream. Okay, do you have a specific kind of bagel?
Usually sesame. That's my favorite.
All right, now when you say a little bit, do you know if I gave you, some measurements here, if you could pick out, maybe just roughly an idea of how much cream and sugar you put in?
Cream and sugar? Probably about 2 of these for my sugar.
Okay. So about 2 teaspoons.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe like 2 of these of my cream.
Okay, so about 2 tablespoons. Okay. And your bagel, you put cream cheese on. Do you know how much cream cheese? Or?
I don't think about it. I just scoop it right out of the container.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess, maybe one of these on each side. So.
Okay. About 2 tablespoons. Okay. All right. And what else did you have with breakfast?
That's it. I'm usually in a rush.
That's it. Okay. So the bagel and coffee, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about? You want to tell me about the rest of your morning?
Yeah, so I'll drive to work. I'll get there and I'll check my email and answer some phone calls. And then I'll usually get sick of doing that, so I want to take a break. And I'll get a snack.
Okay.
And so when I go to the break room, there's always a thing of orange juice, so I'll have some orange juice.
All right.
And then I'll have, just a small bag of pretzels.
Small bag.
It's the same size my kids bring to lunch.
Like a little to-go bag kind of things. Okay. With pretzels. And orange juice, do you pour it, or is it in a container already, or?
I pour it myself.
Do you know, what glass size maybe you would use, or?
The glass looks kind of like this one.
About that size, yeah.
But I don't fill it to the top.
You don't fill it to the top, so.
No, maybe like between here and here.
Oh, right around there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And so that's about a 14-ounce glass, so probably about 12 ounces. Okay. And what about the rest of your day?
I usually go to lunch. I usually have, like 20, 25 minutes for lunch. Not very long, so I gotta get something quick.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Taco Bell is right next door. So I usually get a beef and bean burrito.
Beef and beans. Okay.
With some tortilla chips.
A bag of tortilla chips?
Usually, like 2 handfuls of tortilla chips.
Okay.
And, salsa and guacamole with my chips too, now that I think about it.
Alright. And what's the relative amount that you think you would use?
For salsa and guacamole, let's see.
Yes. Feel free to use any of them.
Any of them?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright. Well, combined probably this much.
Okay, salsa and guac?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's about half a cup. And so that's lunch. Do you have anything else with lunch?
I wash it down with some lemonade.
Lemonade, okay. Does that come from the Taco Bell?
Yes.
Okay.
They have good lemonade.
Do you know
have
how
you had
to-
the lemonade before?
I have not. No, I haven't tried it. Do you know what size cup they have or how many ounces?
Like paper cups. It looks a little bit like this. Maybe a little skinnier, but a little taller.
Oh. All right. Sounds good. And then tell me about the rest of your day.
Well, I work and then I leave, work around 5 o'clock, and then I usually sit in traffic, so I have some snacks in my car. So I eat for my kids. They're not mine. And so I sometimes have a granola bar and some trail mix. Just a little bit, though.
Okay, granola bar and trail mix. And there's so many different kinds of trail mix, and what kind are we talking about?
There's a lot of nuts in it, and walnuts, and peanuts, and almonds, and, a couple M&Ms or chocolate
M&Ms?
chips.
Okay, so it's like nuts and candy kind of combo? Alright. Okay, and you also had a granola bar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that just regular?
Just a regular chewy granola bar.
Alright, and that was in the car, that's snack time. Okay. What? Rest of your day, do you remember?
Then I come home and usually dinner's right there waiting for me on the table.
Of course.
Very lucky.
Nice.
And last night we had delicious pork chops, corn on the cob, and mashed potatoes.
Okay. Now I always like to use my hands as tools to measure things when I'm out, because your hands aren't changing size. What if you pork chop? If you had to put your hand out and say how big of a piece you had, what would you say?
I don't know. Maybe about almost my whole hand.
How about that? Okay. All right. So about the pork chop.
Not totally my whole hand.
Yeah. Okay. And then you said mashed potatoes and corn.
Yeah, my vegetables.
Your vegetables. Okay. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yep, corn on the cob.
Mm-hmm.
And a pretty big piece because they're in season.
Mm-hmm.
And then mashed potatoes.
And mashed potatoes. Okay. Do you add anything to it?
I put a little bit of butter on the corn, obviously.
Okay. All right, and the mashed potatoes.
I do a little salt and pepper, and maybe some butter fell off my corn and onto my mashed potatoes.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Anything to drink at dinner?
Oh, milk.
Milk. Okay, great. And what kind of milk?
2%.
2%.
Yeah, I prefer whole, but we got 2%.
You do 2%. Okay, so that's relatively generous.
We're a 2% kind of house.
2% kind of house. Okay. Is that a personal decision or a family?
Oh, it's not my decision.
Not your decision.
I want to go whole.
You wanted whole milk.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But
that 2% tastes like water.
it is. It's a change. Yep. Mhm. Okay. And how much milk relative do you think you have?
Oh, this big glass again, but I don't fill it up all the way, of course.
Okay. All right, good. And anything after dinner, or how does the rest of your evening go?
And then, pretty calm evening, watch some TV, maybe a movie, and then the kids like to have ice cream for dessert, so, sometimes I have a little bit too.
Okay. And I keep asking, but relatively how much ice cream, or do you?
Maybe about
cups,
4 of these.
About 4 of these? Okay. Okay, so about a cup of ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
It's light ice cream, though.
A light ice
so
cream.
it's okay.
Okay. Alright, good. And is there anything else you think throughout your day that you didn't remember, or?
I had some water.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. A big glass of water.
A big glass?
On my drive home.
On your drive home, so around your other snack time, you have some water?
Yeah.
Okay. Is water something, often drink throughout your day?
I always have water in the afternoon.
Always in the afternoon. Okay. Well, it sounds good. You did a good recall, a lot of information I can work with here. How about different fruits and vegetables that you prefer? Is there any special fruits that you like?
Well, I like apples and oranges and bananas.
Okay. Good. And what about any vegetables? What's your favorites? Or
mashed potatoes and corn.
Mashed potatoes and corn. Okay. Any other than you had that night?
carrots,
Okay.
tomatoes, with salsa.
Salsa.
I had tomatoes. And
Oh yeah,
salsa.
you're right. You did have like salsa with the tomatoes. All right, good. So from here, you come up with a few different numbers and ways we can handle this. Do you know, are you ready to make a change now in your life, or do you want to wait for things to happen?
Oh, I'm definitely ready to make that change.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are growing up and I can't run the backyard with them as fast as I used to be able to, so I need to get back in shape.
Okay, so that's important to you, get back in shape,
Mm-hmm.
with the family, keep up with everybody. All right, so it sounds like you have some good, reasons for change and some good goals that you can work towards here. I'm just going to do a few numbers and do a few things real quick. And we've got some goals together.
Oh, good.
Okay. Alright, so you're about 190 now, you want to get to 170 pounds. Alright, so right now we're at a calorie intake of about 2,893, which is from what you've just told me for your 24-hour recall. And we're going to have to make some alterations if you want to get down to your goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe we can start off with, just talking about your drink portions and what you like to drink. I've noticed that you don't have too many fruits throughout the day or vegetables, and instead you've had orange juice and lemonade, which is, you get vitamins from those, but they're not, there's a lot of sugars, a lot of additives to them, and it's just empty calories. It's not giving you the nutrients that you need. You said that about this, correct? Is about how much you'd like to have. Would you be willing to maybe change the portions of the juices? I mean, you could...
Yeah, I could have a little bit less.
You have a little bit less? Okay. Because recommended, intake of fruit juice would be about this size, which is about 6 to 8 ounces. Pour it into a cup like this, it would fill it to about there. Pour it into a cup like this, it might fill it right there. So it's a couple, it's a little bit less, but you could add water to it, still give it a good flavor, and give it a little more...
Yeah, I think I could do that.
So you think you could?
I could, yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So we'll alter your drink habits, and
I could drink some more water too.
That'd be great. Drinking water throughout the day really helps your metabolism, helps your body break down everything, break down all your cells. It'd be great. And you could easily drop off, a couple hundred calories just by changing a few ounces of your juice choices per day, and substituting with water. Also, I'd really like to see if you get some more fruits and vegetables in your diet. You mentioned earlier that you like apples and oranges and carrots and bananas even. And I was thinking maybe around snack time, instead of a granola bar, you could substitute out for a banana. Or instead of a bag of pretzels, you could have an apple. And maybe,
Yeah, I definitely could do that.
You could do that. Yeah. Sounds plausible for you?
Yeah, I can put some apples in the fridge at work.
It's a great idea.
Have them for all week.
Great idea. Substituting a few things, not making major changes, can actually be more beneficial. When it goes to your serving sizes, for your milk, your 1 glass of milk is the only dairy intake that you're having, which is only half of the requirement that you need. So you need to do a little bit more. However, if you could change the kind of milk, you didn't like that. Maybe would you be willing to change to 1%?
I could do that. I'm sure there's not much difference between 1% and 2%.
You could try it out. It's
it can't hurt.
Worth a try, and that way maybe a little bit less calorie and fat intake, and then you can drink more of it and meet the requirement as well. Because it's very important to have all your dairy